Hello and welcome. This is Eagle Eye 621, and what you see behind me is a simple double speed cobblestone generator. And this is for your AFK cobblestone generation. Of course, you can also make the regular stone if you use a pickaxe with silk touch. After I had made the video on basalt that relied on using the timing of the lava in order to be able to generate two different blocks in the same area, that is based on the spread of the left side and then the right side, there were some questions about if you could do the same thing with cobblestone, and the short answer is no. The reason is that the water flows much faster than the lava does. So if you tried to set something like this up with water here, then it would either turn your lava blocks into obsidian, or it would end up producing the cobblestone on this side and on this side. You can't do it without adding enough complexity that it's really not worth doing. It'd be more worth making something like the stone swirl that I will have a link to right now, which is a fully automatic version. I will show you how to make this, and obviously based on the use of a honey block right here, you know it only works in the 1.15 and above. Now these are the materials you need, and I will show you how to make it. Before I do that though, I do have to do that YouTube thing and tell you that most of you are not subscribed. Really help me out a lot if you would hit that button and hit that bell as well. And if you see a join button right there, I would appreciate it if you would consider that as well. Now back to the build. These are the materials. You don't need the furnace. The furnace is a replacement for your oak leaves. You just need something that won't be grabbed by this honey block. And you won't need as many repeaters as that, depending on how you want to make it. So let's get these into the inventory and start out by making a grid of these chests, just like this. So 5 of them in a row. And we're going to put hoppers pointing down into each of those. Now we're going to come around like this because we want a place for the water. And we can come up and start blocking it on this side. And also we're going to want that water on this side as well. And then we can come around like this. And we can come around like this. And now we want to bring it in, and we're going to put a sign right there, and we're going to put a sign right there, and you can add your water now if you want. Now we're going to go up a little bit. You don't have to use glass. You can continue to use the stone, smooth stone if you want. And we're going to come across like this, and we're also going to come across like this. And again, you don't need these corners. You can have them if you want. It's up to you. We're going to come in front and add another set of signs on either side. And that will prevent the lava from being able to spread out. Now you only need one lava bucket. It will spread, as you will see. Depending on your aesthetic taste, you may want to add another one just to make it look more symmetrical instead of having it with that flow. If you want to put one on this side too, so it looks like that, then that's certainly an option. Now, if you built this on the ground, you're going to need to make sure that you don't have any blocks that will stick. Swap out a bunch of these so I don't have to keep going back into the inventory. And you're going to want to make sure that these two blocks here either don't exist or are covered by something that won't be held on to by the honey block, which you're going to put on that side. And you're going to put your sticky piston touching the honey block. Now I like to put a repeater here. You don't need to. You can use redstone if you want. And then we're going to come around like this and have a repeater going this way. We're going to do some more dust like that, as well as a comparator. And you want to make sure this is on subtract mode or this won't work. As I said, if you really want to save on the repeaters, you can just make that some redstone dust. I just like the way that looks a little bit better. Make sure that's on 4 ticks. If you do have the repeater there, make sure both of these are also on 4 ticks. Now again, you can add your lever just like this, but if you want to be able to time it a little bit better, then I prefer having a couple of repeaters like this. Let me move that back one, like this. And then we're going to have one more repeater pointing into that, so this receives the signal strength that we need it to, and your lever would go on this side. And the way that this farm works, if I can go grab a pickaxe, and come on back over here and switch into survival mode as well, is you jump on board, you click this lever, and then you hold down mining, and you will see that the honey block will push you and then pull you in front of each of the rows with plenty of time to mine all the way through. Now visually it may look a little bit funny, but I did a bunch of testing with this, and you are mining it at double the speed you would for the typical one block. And you can do your F3 plus T trick, which allows you to hold down the key without actually holding down the key. And you can walk away, but don't walk away for too long unless you have something automatically repairing the pick for you. This will break your pick in a little under 4 minutes from use. And whenever you're ready, you can come back and you just click the button and it will stop mining. And then you can jump off, or you can hit that lever, and this will also stop pulsing as to not waste any lag in your world. Not that this will generate much lag. Now this particular design is not 100% lossless. There is very slight loss, talking about maybe 1 or 2% most of the time during my experiments. There is a way to make this lossless, and that's if we come to this design over here, back in the original manual Cobblestone world. And I have an iCard right now or a link in the description. And basically you're putting hopper mine carts underneath and you're dropping sand on them to keep them in place. And that does make this 100% lossless. Whether you think it's worth it in your world to have the extra lag of all of those additional hopper mine carts as well as all of that additional iron use, that's up to you. I would say you probably don't need it for this design, because this design is probably just something to hold you over until you make a larger, more automated version, or just to grab a whole bunch of cobblestone or regular stone in a pinch when you need it. As I said, in about 4 minutes this will deplete an entire pickaxe that does not have that does not have unbreaking on it. So if you do add unbreaking, you can do that extra math for how long you can go AFK before your pick breaks, or before you need to have an automatic mending system set up next to this. If you found this video helpful, I would appreciate a like, maybe even share it with one of your friends. And for more videos like this, do be sure to subscribe. Thanks for stopping by.